Welcome, esteemed guests, to today's presentation. My name is Dawn. I am the founder, board president, and CEO of Gavin's House, a new and dynamic nonprofit dedicated to catalyzing positive change in our community. Our mission today is to introduce two pioneering pilot programs aimed at combating senior veteran homelessness and reducing recidivism among federal parolees. Your presence here today is invaluable as we strive to make meaningful change. Thank you for joining us on this journey. According to HUD, approximately 1,434 senior veterans, aged 55 and older, are experiencing homelessness on any given night in the U.S. Our efforts to provide housing solutions tailored to the needs of senior veterans are more crucial than ever. This statistic serves as a reminder of the challenges our senior veterans face and strengthens our resolve to create meaningful change through our initiatives. We will be covering 6 areas in our presentation today. First, senior veteran homelessness. Second, Gavin's House, senior veteran housing program. Third, federal parole, facts and figures. Fourth, Gavin's House, federal parolee reentry and transitional housing program. Fifth, our story. And sixth, how you can help. The problem: senior veterans homelessness. Challenges senior veterans face. First, senior veterans suffer from physical disabilities. 10% of senior veterans have physical limitations due to their time in the service. 47% suffer from mental health issues such as PTSD and depression, while 70% of homeless senior veterans suffer from substance abuse disorders. Finally, 39% of the homeless senior veteran population are unemployed due to mental health issues, addiction, and physical limitations. Homeless senior veteran statistics. The 2023 point-in-time count reflected the most significant increase in overall veteran homelessness since HUD began tracking the situation in 2009. In 2023, an additional 2,445 homeless veterans were added to the homeless population in the U.S. About 30% of the homeless population in Wyoming is made up of military veterans, an increase of 2.7% since 2019. Veterans aged 55 and older were overrepresented at 46% in shelters during 2020. In January of 2020, on average, about 15 to 20% of the residents at the local shelter here in Cheyenne were veterans. Most were 55 and older, serving during the Vietnam War. Despite years of decline, veteran homelessness is on the rise once again. An increasing number of veterans are in need of homeless assistance in the Cheyenne community. The core issue is that the demand for help now exceeds the available resources and support capacity. Addressing this requires enhanced support services, increased housing assistance, improved access to health care, strengthened community partnerships, policy reforms, and greater public awareness and engagement. Wyoming is one of the top 5 states for veteran homelessness at 17% above the national average for veteran homeless, and although Wyoming remains around 23% below the national average for cost of living, Cheyenne is 17% above the state average. Rental costs have notably surged over the last 3 years. Amidst the escalating expenses, senior veterans face challenges in upholding housing stability, as well as ensuring adequate nutrition, addressing their medical requirements, and sustaining transportation needs. Let's look at the numbers annually. Rent $13,788. Utilities $4,788. Food $4,140. Transportation $5,316. Phone $1,368. Internet $704. Totaling $47,832 for cost of living annually. Now let's take a look at the annual benefits for disabled senior veterans. Depending on VA disability rating, the benefits payout can range anywhere from $166 per month at 10% disability to $3,622 per month for veterans rated at 100% 100% disability, meaning the average payout annually for veterans 65 and older is between $12,603 and $15,463. Now let's compare Wyoming cost of living and veterans' annual payout. The annual cost of living for Wyoming $47,832. Estimated average individual amount paid annually for veterans 65 and older is between $12,603 and $15,463. Now let's do the math. $47,832 subtract $12,603 equals a deficit of $35,229 annually. Even at 100% payout at $3,622 per month, senior veterans in Wyoming still lack around $4,362 per month to meet just basic needs. None of these numbers include medical care, mental health services, addiction treatment, or any type of assisted living facilities. Now let's look at the cost of assisted care in Wyoming. With day care services commencing at approximately $22,000 per year and home health care averaging around $60,000 annually, the spectrum of costs for assisted living is substantial. For an assisted living facility, prices can range from $41,000 for semi-private minimal assistance rooms to $150,000 for a private room with medical support. The financial burden can be overwhelming. Should a senior veteran require any form of assisted living, the expenses may prove prohibitive, potentially leaving them without the means to secure the essential housing required for their care, potentially causing them to live in unsustainable housing situations such as in campers, vehicles, old unsafe motels, in tents, or unsheltered on the streets. The Veteran Administration in 2023 highlighted homelessness, isolation, and inadequate resources as significant contributors to veteran suicides. This underscores the critical importance of comprehensive programs like the one envisioned by Gavin's House, which aims to provide permanent supportive housing, holistic support services, and resources to senior veterans, ultimately mitigating the risk factors associated with senior veteran homelessness and suicide. Why now? According to the Wyoming Veterans Administration and the Wyoming Point in Time report, as senior veterans continue to age, their needs will increasingly surpass the capabilities and resources offered by existing shelters and programs without initiatives like the one proposed by Gavin's House, addressing evolving needs of senior veterans becomes even more challenging, and we run the risk of losing our veterans at a faster rate than necessary. Here at Gavin's House, we believe that losing even one veteran is too many and feel our community feels the same, and will step up to help us build second chances for those who deserve it most. Thank you for attending today's presentation. If you are interested in helping, please contact Gavin's House at 307-631-2005.